My father began to receive a series of anonymous and threatening letters. They said that, although no legal action would be taken against him at present, he was being watched, as if he didn't know that, and that if he were to visit a certain psychotherapist, name and address supplied, he would find any eventual penalty for his immorality much reduced. His first instinct was to ignore this pressure, but when the letters mentioned that the alternative outcomes differed vastly, a warning from the police versus a fake suicide in prison, he decided it would do no harm to comply. So he began twice-weekly sessions with Elaine Cranberry, who had an office not far from where we lived. Cranberry was a color therapist who believed that specific combinations of shade and hue could be prescribed for particular mental problems. Her consultation room was like an ice cream cabinet. The telephone was pistachio, the sofa melon, the walls caramel, and the desk cherry. Cranberry began, in the first session, by asking my father to remove his shoes and lie down on the melon sofa. She then shot the names of colors at him and wrote down his first associations in a fresh spiral-bound notepad with a blueberry-colored cover. Red, murder; blue, police; pink, innocence; brown, shit; orange, carrot; teal, duck; black, death; green. My father was stumped. Aphid blood, he said at last. Now, said Cranberry, and moving to the afternoon's serious business, I want you to tell me a particularly traumatic episode from your childhood. My father thought for a while, then began. I must have been about 6. My father took me to Highdown Fair. He was running a regular coach service there while the fair was on. Well, at the fair he bought me a little white mouse. I was delighted with the pet, which seemed so small, so cute, so intelligent. It was white, demanded Cranberry, craning closer. Yes, pure white. No other small patches of color, say on the hindparts or underquarters. Not that I recall, said my father. At least, not until it started bleeding. How did that happen? Asked Cranberry. My father told her how he had been playing with the mouse, letting it run up the sleeve of his coat, when suddenly a grey cat had pounced and made off with the animal between its jaws. The cat dived between 2 stalls, ran through a small hole in a fence, and sat a few meters away, toying with the mouse. Then, as my father and grandfather watched in horror, the grey cat ate the mouse whole. A grey cat, you say? That's unusual, said Cranberry. Normally grey cats will play with their prey for hours. Only after exhausting all resistance will they start biting into the flanks of their small victim. Grey cats are incorrigible serial killers, she added. They should, in my opinion, be locked up. A worse fate befall this one, said my father. A black dog suddenly loomed out of a hedgerow and swallowed the cat whole. A black dog, you say? Said Cranberry. They have certain particularities. Attacking a cat, a black dog will usually clamp its teeth around the beast's neck and shake it about from side to side until the spinal column is broken. Then it will wolf down portions of flesh from its victim's flank, sharing the spoils with other black dogs in its pack. Is that so? Said my father. Yes, said Cranberry. Black dogs are pack animals. They kill in groups. They should collectively, in my view, stand trial for war crimes. One would certainly hope that these animals are one day held accountable for their crimes, agreed my father. But in the event some sort of rough justice was done that evening, for the black dog was set upon by a stout wooden stick and beaten to death. A wooden stick, on its own, without anyone wielding it. That is correct. Just the stick? It cudgelled the black dog which ate the grey cat which swallowed the white mouse, the one my father bought me at Highdown Fair. Most extraordinary, said Cranberry, writing. What colour was the stick? Just an ordinary wooden colour, until, that is, the fire came along and burned it up. A fire burned the stick? Yes, a fire burned the wooden stick that beat off the black dog that jumped on the grey cat who ate up the white mouse my father bought at Highdown Fair. And you're quite sure the cat was grey? Positive? I'm beginning to detect a pattern here, said Cranberry, running a finger lightly along the bridge of her nose. Let me guess what happened next. The wind got up and blew the fire, which was a vivid shade of orange, out. Not quite. Along came Sweetwater and put out the fire which burnt up the old stick which beat off the black dog that jumped on the grey cat who ate up the white mouse. Yes, I get the picture, interrupted Cranberry. But no sooner had the water extinguished the fire than, as if from the great cloud of steam that went up, there suddenly appeared a great ox, and a thirsty one, for it drank all the water which put out the fire which burned up the old stick, which... Yes, I see, said Cranberry, irritated, but no need to recap. And the ox was what colour? I didn't notice. I had no sooner noticed the animal than a butcher appeared, brandished an axe, and slaughtered the ox which drank all the water which put out the fire. Stop, wait, let me catch up. What colour was the butcher? He wore a white apron. We aren't seeing much in the way of colour, real colour, in this tale, said Cranberry. This is making my analysis very difficult. I'm sorry, said my father. I'm simply describing events as they happened. Do you want to hear what happened next? Very well. The angel of death came for the butcher who... Wait. What color was the angel of death? Black as the ace of spades, rode my father. And no sooner had the butcher fallen than the Lord descended from the pinnacle of the skies and threw down the butcher who slaughtered the great ox which drank all the water which put out the fire which burnt up the old stick which beat off the black dog that jumped on the grey cat who ate up the white mouse my father bought at Highdown Fair. Cranberry let him finish. And what colour was the Lord? She asked at last. Mint green, said my father.